I've noticed a lot of people don't know the types of runs they need to be doing in order to get the running results they want, to get faster, to be able to run farther and just have more endurance. You know, whatever your goals are, it seems people don't know what types of runs they should be doing. So this week I have 6 total runs this week and 5 unique purposes of runs. And I also have a bonus type of run that I've done in the past that I've gotten phenomenal results from, but I'm not doing it this week. But I'll talk about that at the end of the video as a bonus type of run that, like I said, phenomenal results from that type of run. But today I've got a 5-mile easy run. It's Monday, so let's get this run out of the way, and after the run I'll talk about the purpose of this first type of run. First run of the week is complete. 5-mile easy run done. And the purpose of this first run is to just warm the body up for the rest of the week. I mean, the distance, it's meant to be a medium length distance. So, I mean, obviously my long run 2 days ago was only 7 miles. But normally my long runs are 10, 12, 13-mile long runs, and obviously we'll get back to that point, but in general, my first run of the week, medium length distance for me. Again, these are just for me, so whatever your medium distance is, about half of what your long run typically is. So for me, 5 miles was what I needed today. But then it's meant to just be an easy run, not meant to push the pace a whole lot, like just keep it in zone 2. Except the big difference that sets us apart from later runs in the week is during that last mile I did 4 sets of 15-second strides. So 15 seconds at about 6 minute per mile pace, so ended up being a minute total, broken up into 4 sections. And that's just, again, to warm up my legs for faster pace, which I'll need for tomorrow and Thursday. Those are my speed days, my faster runs. And yeah, so today was just warming up the body, easy run with some strides towards the end. So for tomorrow, I'll see you guys after tomorrow's run, and I'll talk about the purpose of that run and go through the numbers for that run. So I'll see you guys after tomorrow's run. It is Tuesday now. Unfortunately, I was not able to record this morning right after my run just because my flatmates were sleeping, which is fine because I've got the data right in front of me so we can talk about it, and it was just this morning. I still remember it. But so for today, I had a 4-mile tempo run, which just means a set pace and just holding that pace. But the big difference is that instead of the easy run where it's an easier pace, whatever your easy pace is, for me, it's around 8-10 pace, and that keeps you in zone 2. But the key thing for the tempo runs is that the pace is faster than your easy pace, and it gets the heart rate elevated a little bit. For me, I always go, I guess I don't really aim for a certain heart rate. I just kind of know what my tempo pace is, just because of I've been running for over a year now, so I just know what that pace is, and that pace does change. As the easy pace gets faster, so does my tempo pace. But anyways, for this run, I ended up running, instead of 4 miles, I ran 4.29 miles just because I hate
having to walk back to my apartment after a run. So once I get to 4 miles, I just keep running until I get back to my apartment. And obviously I plan my routes so that I'm somewhat close to my apartment when I hit that mile marker that I have set for the run. But anyways, so 4.29 miles, we'll just say 4.3 miles at a 6:53 minute per mile pace. Now the target was 7:05 minute per mile pace. And I picked that pace because that is the pace that I ran my half marathon in, which I got my half marathon PR of 1:32:13, and that was in November, however many months ago that was. So I figured that would be a good pace to start off with for these tempo runs. And obviously I ended up running a little faster. I actually was running even faster at the start. I was running 6:30 pace for the first mile and a half. And obviously I said, that's way too fast. Let's pull it back a little bit. Ended up running average pace of 6:53, which resulted in my heart rate being 172 throughout the workout on average for the workout. And that's exactly what we want from a tempo run. And the exact reason is because these tempo runs are to simulate sustained efforts that you would have in a race setting. Obviously, the goal isn't to burn yourself out for the rest of the week. So you keep the distances shorter, but at that sustained effort still, that sustained fast pace. And that's why 4 miles for right now, that's a long enough distance to get the benefits I'm looking for from a tempo run. Obviously, once we get later in a few months, and then once I actually start marathon prep, then those tempo runs will be longer. I would have gradually increased the distances of my tempo runs getting to that point. Don't want to jump into too high of mileage for your tempo runs because you're just going to burn yourself out and not be able to run the rest of your runs the rest of the week at what they should be. The paces, the distances, you just want to do it smart. So that is the purpose of this run on Tuesday, the tempo run. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday's run.
Alrighty, I hope you guys can hear me properly. It's pretty windy out this morning, but it is Wednesday, and for today's run, just a 4 mile easy / recovery run. Whole point of that is to keep the heart rate low zone 2. Don't want zone 2 is fine, but I aim for low zone 2 just so it doesn't all of a sudden spike out of nowhere out of zone 2. So I like to keep it low, and which means a slower pace, because after a tempo run or any fast run that you do, the next day you're gonna want to do an easy / recovery run, because if you try to do too many fast runs too close together, you're gonna get yourself injured. And that's what happened a few months ago. That's how I got injured. I just wanted to get faster and faster and faster, and I did runs, fast runs back to back, and I got injured. So easy / recovery runs are meant to keep you from getting injured, let your legs and just your body in general heal back up before you do another fast run. I'll check in with you guys once I'm done with this run. I got 1 mile left, just to give all the stats for the run when it's done. I'm gonna keep this one short because it is now starting to rain and it looks like it's gonna be getting darker. due to the clouds, so I don't want to get stuck getting drenched on. But 4.17 miles complete, and average pace of 8 minutes and 23 seconds. And what was the average heart rate? Average heart rate was 143 beats per minute. Perfect. Like I said, low end of the zone 2 spectrum for, well, my zone 2, which my zone 2 is 140 beats per minute to 155 beats per minute. So I like to keep it right around 140. But yeah, proper recovery run is done. Kept it easy. Legs, they still feel a little sore. That's gonna happen with the run I had yesterday. For today, that's all I got for today. But I will say, don't forget that I have the bonus run type at the end of the video that I'm not doing this week, but I've seen great results from it. So stay tuned for that bonus workout type at the end of the video. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
For today's workout, Thursday's workout, it was 8 400-meter repeats. And this is why yesterday I was talking about how it's so important for having a recovery run after a fast workout, a speed workout, because I have another one today. And so how I structure these workouts, since they're a little different, I do a 1 mile warm-up, which I did at 8 minutes and 11 seconds. And then I went into the 8 400-meter repeats with a minute and a half rest in between each repeat. And the average pace for these 400-meter repeats was 5 minutes and 32 seconds per mile, which resulted in an average completion time of 1 minute and 23 seconds for each 400-meter repeat, which is faster than last week. I think last week I had an average pace of 5:42 or 5:43 per mile, which is a 1:26 completion time. So faster, which I wanted it to be a little faster, 10 seconds faster, which is good. I mean, it was a lot of work. Legs were feeling really heavy. The last 3 400-meter repeats, they were difficult, but that's kind of the point. Getting used to lactate buildup in your legs, and really just the whole point of this type of training session is just to train your top end speed. Well, yes, also getting your legs used to working hard when they feel heavy, when they feel sore. You know, when you feel like your legs are just gonna give out on you because they're putting so much work in, and you push through, because these types of workouts help phenomenally when it comes to the end of the race, or towards the end of the race, when your legs are heavy. You've been running for 2.5+ hours or whatever, however fast you're running, but you're running for, we'll just say 2+ hours for sure. Your legs are going to be tired no matter what. So these workouts train you to push yourself while your legs feel heavy, while also training top end speed and getting the heart rate elevated. And you get it elevated, and then you, during the rest, you let it go down and then elevate it again, and which resulted in, during the intervals, an average heart rate of 173 beats per minute, which is pretty good. I mean, that's just the average. I know I glanced down at my watch a few times and saw some 183s, 186s. That's good. Getting the heart rate up, letting the body feel that high heart rate, and just getting the body to adapt to higher heart rates, fatigued legs, and faster paces, because this is going to make slower paces feel easier and for your legs to be stronger. That was the point of today's track workout, Thursday's track workout. I'm actually just going to skip tomorrow's explanation because it's just another recovery run. It's going to be a 5-mile recovery run. So just 1 more mile than yesterday's run, but just the same stuff. Slow pace, low zone 2 heart rate. And so I'm not gonna go about talking about that workout again. So next time we see each other, it'll be on Saturday for the final run of the week. And then after that, remember, I'm going to talk about a bonus workout type that gets great results. So I'll see you guys for Saturday's workout.
Alrighty, it's Saturday and long run day. This is the final workout of the week. And today I have, 8 miles on the calendar. Just gonna be hitting this at a easy pace, zone 2. And so far we're about 1.5 miles into the run. Legs are feeling a little sore. That's mainly because last night I went and played soccer for like 2 hours. Not the smartest idea while I'm ramping up mileage on a weekly basis. Legs are already going to be feeling sore, so adding that extra stressor on my legs isn't very smart. But I do take my stretching and my mobility very seriously, so before and after any training session, so that helps a lot. But anyways, for this run, keeping it in that zone 2 easy pace. So I'll check in a little bit later into the run and talk a little more about the purpose of these runs. Less than 1 mile left of this run, and it's going pretty good. I mean, legs are definitely sore and fatigued from both last night's soccer session, but also Thursday's track workout. Still a little sore, but training on fatigued legs is actually a pretty good idea, as long as you're not, pushing it too far, but because it mentally gets you used to running on fatigued legs, but it also makes your legs adapt to running on fatigued legs and really just building stronger legs. That's really what it is building strong, durable legs for long miles, for big runs like today's run. That's what it does. But I'll talk about the specifics of the stats on this run back at my apartment once I'm done. So see you guys then. Whew. Holy cow, that was, after looking at the stats for that entire run, that was a well executed long run. 8 miles are done with an average heart rate of 135 beats per minute and an average pace of 8:28. That I couldn't have asked for a better long run. I mean, kept the heart rate low, decent pace, slightly slower than what my easy runs would be, and we're really bringing the distances back up and doing it properly. And obviously, I said it twice already, and once in each check-in, but legs were really fatigued today, which isn't ideal, and it's not something you always want to be the case, but it is what it is. And occasionally it's good to do some runs with fatigued legs, because like I said, it makes them stronger and just more durable. So yeah, it's a good run, well executed, and really the purpose of the run was, again, just to build that distance back up, and really just, again, build strong legs, because you're going to need strong legs when you're running 26.2 miles and you're trying to go fast. And so remember, got that bonus run type I'm gonna talk about in a second, but I'm gonna quick shower first and then I'll talk about that right after. So see you guys in a second. So another full week of training is complete. Full six workouts. It was a good week. But now I guess it's time for me to talk about this bonus run type that I've been saying I'm going to talk about at the end of the video, and it's come to that time. And this bonus run type is, it's commonly called a fartlek run. It is, the way I structure it is, you got a mile warm up, and then you alternate between a fast mile and a slow mile, and that's one set. So fast, slow, that's one set. Usually would be like 7 mile or 9 mile run, because you got the warm up and then your sets and then a cool down mile. So it's a really good workout. It has just that alternating fast and slow switching. I like to call it switching gears, going between fast and slow. It also, it's different than a track workout, because during the track workouts, during the rests between, between your repeats, the rest, I'm just walking and letting the heart rate drop. It drops a significant amount because I'm just walking during the rest periods. But with the fartlek runs, the rest periods, the slow miles, I still aim for like my easy pace, which for me, I still aim for like 8:10, 8:15 in between the fast miles. And that way your heart rate, it doesn't have the ability to drop all the way down, or, it might take longer for it to go down, and it just trains your body very good. I've seen very good results from it. And the fast miles, they're not super fast. I'd say probably a little slower than your tempo run paces. So for me, I ran my tempo run at, 7:05 pace I ran it at. Well, that was the target pace at least. So my target pace for a fartlek run would be, I'd probably go for like 7:20, 7:30 pace, just slightly slower and not super fast, because you want to still be able to hit that target pace every fast mile, and you want to hold the same easy pace on the slow miles as well. So that's the bonus run that I've been talking about. Didn't do it this week, but that's what it was. That's what it is. And then just to recap all of the 6 runs that I did this week. Monday had just the 5 mile easy run, and except the big difference with that run is that the last mile has sets of strides in it, just to get yourself going a little faster. I do 15-second strides, but that run is just to get the body warmed up for the week. And then Tuesday, tempo run, sustained effort at a decently fast pace for yourself. Then Wednesday, just a recovery run, nice, easy pace, low zone 2. And then Thursday was the track workout, training that top end speed and, fatiguing the legs, letting them try to recover as much as they can, and then going back at it at that fast pace. Friday, another recovery run. And then today, Saturday, was the long run, just to train the legs to, train you to be on your feet for longer periods of time. It's not about going fast, it's about going far and building strong, durable legs. That's what Saturday's long runs are for. Those are all the runs that I did this week. Then the fartlek run was the bonus run. And then I just want to quick remind everyone that I'm working with 1st Phorm again. To check out my go-to supplements and fitness apparel, you can check out the links in the description. You don't have to if you don't want to, but they're there. And then just stay tuned for next week's video.
I'm trying to get better at making better videos, more valuable content. So stay tuned for next week so you can hopefully find some more valuable content from me. Thank you for making it this far. See you guys in the next one.